afternoon everyone. We have already completed the tissue chapter exercise. Anyone response? The exercise of the tissue chapter is completed or not? Okay, this one is completed. So today we will revise the first chapter, okay, that is cell chapter. Because just only one chapter is left, the exercise, I have completed that one, I will complete that one, don't worry. So today we will revise the chapter, that is cell chapter, okay. So let's start from the first, the fundamental units of life. 57 pages. So what is the fundamental unit of life? That is cell, okay. The fundamental unit of life is called cell. What is new chapter? New chapter, all we have completed the biology syllabus na? Everyone, yeah, there is in any chapter is left? Is there any chapter? We have completed the fundamental unit of life, tissue, and why do we fall ill, okay. So there is no another chapter of the biology, just 3 chapters in your syllabus. The diversity of life, that is not included, okay, diversity will not come. So that's why we leave that chapter, okay. So the fundamental unit, ethene flies cork. Robert Hooke saw that the cork resembles the little compartment. Cork is substance which come from the bark of tree. So you know that from where the cork is come, you have already learned from the which chapter, that is tissue chapter. Cork is the cambium, that is the meristematic tissue, simple tissue, okay. So that is why any part where the parenchyma is present, that is called cork, okay. Cork is substance which come from the bark of a tree. That is why in 1665 when Hooke made this chance observation through the self-designed microscope, Robert Hooke called these boxes cell. Cell is Latin word, that is little room, okay. So you have learned that story, how did the Robert Hooke discovered the cell. There was an king or emperor in the England, and there was another scientist was present who discovered anything by his own microscope. After some times when he saw that he discovered nothing new things, then he handed over, yes, excluded from the final exam, because diversity is not in your syllabus, that is totally removed from your syllabus of the 9th science, okay. This chapter is not present, okay. I will take a test from the fundamental unit of life, okay. So what is cell, anyone? What is cell? Cell is the yes, structural, Nafisa, thank you. Structural and functional unit of life is called cell. By whom cell was discovered? Who discovered cell? Anyone who discovered cell and when? Cell was discovered by whom and when? Yes, Robert Hooke, 1665. Thank you very much everyone. Okay. Next one, the structure is similar to each other and different. This is the sheet and called cells, the onion bulb, and it is not. Who discovered the nucleus? Who discovered nucleus in the cell? Who discovered nucleus in the cell? Anyone who discovered nucleus in the cell? And when? Anyone who discovered nucleus in the cell and when? Yes, Robert Brown. Thank you, Ronnie. Robert Brown. And when? 1831, yes. Thank you, Suhana, Nafisha, thank you so much. Next, who discovered protoplasm and when? This is the very short type of question, or that is come in your MCQ type part, okay? So, read that topic thoroughly. Yes, no, yes, Mohak, that's one wrong. Purkinje discovered nucleus in the cell, 1839. Purkinje, yes. Purkinje discovered nucleus in the cell when? 1839, okay? What is the cell theory? Anyone? What is the cell theory? Cell theory, the first one, that is the all plants or animals are composed of cell and the cell is the basic unit of life, okay? Further expands suggesting that all cells arise from the pre-existing cell. So, the cell theory, the first one, all the animals and plants, all the animals and plants are composed of cell and the cell is that cell is the basic unit of life, and that cell is the basic unit of life. The first one, that is the cell theory, that is first one, that is all the animals and plants are composed of cells and the cell is the basic unit of life. And second one, all the cells are exist from the pre-existing cell, okay? And the second one, all cells arise from pre-existing cell. So these two are cell theory, okay? So first one, that is all the cells, all the animals and plants are made up of cells and the cells are the basic unit of life. And the second one, all cells arise from its pre-existing cell. Clear everyone, what is the cell theory? And difference between the unicellular animals and multicellular animals, the Paramecium bacteria organism are called unicellular organism. On the other hand, many cells grouped together in a single assume different function to form a various body parts, that is multicellular organism, okay? So difference between the unicellular and multicellular organism. Unicellular, that is made up of one cell, and that only one cell perform all the living functions of their body, okay. But in the multicellular organism, that is made up of so many cells, and all the cells have a particular functions, okay. So this is the difference between the multicellular and unicellular organisms, and you can give the example each of one, okay. Unicellular amoeba, bacteria, anything. Multicellular plants, animals, anything, okay. So first one, they are made up of one cell. Multicellular, they are made up of more than one cell. And second one, in the unicellular, only one cell perform all the functions. In the case of the multicellular, all the cells forms the organs and they perform the particular functions, okay. Next one, the some organism also have cell difference. Look at it, the shape and size of the cells are related to the specific function. Their function, no need to read that. And the human body different functions: heart to pump glands, stomach digested food, and specific component cell organisms, okay. Making new material, and basic this organism is called the cell. That is the found to be same also, no matter. So why the plasma membrane are called? It is a selectively permeable membrane. Anyone? Why the plasma membrane is called? It is a selectively permeable membrane because it allows the entry of the important materials into the cell and go outside of the cell, okay. So this is outermost covering of the cell that separate the contents of the cell from its external environment. The plasma membrane allows or permits the entry and exit of some material in and out of the cell, okay. It also prevents movement of some other materials. The cell membrane therefore is called a selectively permeable membrane, okay. So Swan was the zoologist or botanist? Zoologist. Okay, so why the plasma membrane? Is called selectively permeable membrane. So why the plasma membrane is called selectively permeable? Kinjal, what are you doing? I have already told that 10 times what is the cell theory. Basic 2 tenets of the cell theory. First one, all the living organisms. First one, the cell theory. First one, all the living organisms are made up of cells, and that cells are the basic unit of life. And second one, all cells are arise from its pre-existing cell, okay. Okay, so why the plasma membrane is called selectively permeable membrane? Because it is called selectively permeable membrane. It performs the specific functions and it allows entry and exit of the some selective material inside the cell and go outside the cell, and also prevent the entry of some materials, okay. So that's why it is called selectively permeable membrane. What is osmosis and what is diffusion? What are osmosis and diffusion? So osmosis and diffusion, that is two process, biological process that occurs in the living organism's body. The first one, osmosis, that is the movement of water, okay, and diffusion, that is movement of gases, CO2, O2, exchange of gases, okay. Yes, osmosis is the diffusion of water, okay. You can say that osmosis is the just movement of water, not diffusion of water, okay. You can say that, no problem, okay. So osmosis, the process through which the water can move through a selectively permeable membrane. There is two conditions must, okay. two conditions must be present in osmosis and diffusion. First one, there must be a selectively permeable membrane, and second one, it moves always high concentration region to lower concentration region. Okay, so when you write the definition, just mention that 2 points. The movement of the gases through a selectively permeable membrane from high concentration region to lower concentration region is called diffusion, and the movement of the water from higher concentration region to lower concentration region through a selectively permeable membrane, that is called osmosis. Okay, clear everyone? You must mention the 2 important points, that is the higher concentration region to lower concentration region, and the second one, selectively permeable membrane must be present. Clear everyone? Yeah, if you want to write that, no problem. Diffusion is the process substance uniformly speed in another substances. No, diffusion is not that. Diffusion is the movement of the gases. Okay. Next, what is hypertonic, hypotonic and isotonic solution? Okay. Hypotonic, hypotonic solution, that is the cell will be swelled. Hypo means hippo, okay, that is swelled. When it will be swelled? When the water goes inside the cell, so the concentration region is lower inside the cell and higher outside the cell. So that's why it enters from the higher concentration region to lower concentration region. Okay, so clear everyone? So that one, that is hypotonic, means that is water enter inside the cell. Hypo, that is swell up of the cell. Okay, water enters inside the cell. So obviously the concentration is lower inside the cell and higher outside the cell. Okay, next one, isotonic. Isotonic means the both concentration inside outside will be equal. Okay, so that's why no water goes inside the cell, no water goes outside that cell. Actually water goes inside the cell and come out from the cell, but as it is occurs in equal amount, so that's why we cannot observe that. Okay, so that's why we can say that there is no exchange occur. Actually exchange occur, but that is occurs in equal amount. How much water just get inside the cell, so that's amount of the water just come outside from the cell. Okay, so that is the isotonic solution, when the concentration will be same both inside and outside. Okay, isotonic. Ma'am, explain endocytosis, pinocytosis, phagocytosis. Okay. Water goes inside, the concentration of water will be same. Concentration of water will be same. Okay, next, hypertonic, that is water come out from the cell, that is cell will be shrink. Okay, so thank you so much everyone today. Okay, I will continue, no problem. Okay, continue the rest of the part, that is the concentration region, hypertonic and hypotonic. So everyone clear what is this? Endocytosis, pinocytosis and phagocytosis is the process of food engulfing. Okay, endocytosis, pinocytosis, and that is occurs in by the different cell. They are just different by the name. Okay, phagocytosis occurs by the WBC, water. Endocytosis occurs by the amoeba, that is the food capturing process. Okay, so this is the different modes of the taking the nutrition. Exocytosis, that is outside, exocytosis, endocytosis, same thing. And pinocytosis, the ingestion of the liquid by the cell. Okay, liquid that is ingested by the cell, that is pinocytosis, the endocytosis and phagocytosis. Exo means outside of the cell and endo means that food get inside the cell and then take the food. Next one, that is the, so what is called now, what is endocytosis and what is the mode of the nutrition you have seen in the amoeba. So amoeba taken his food by the process of the endocytosis. How? You know that they extended their extra part of the body, and that is the flexible plasma membrane. They can change their shape. Then they extended the pseudopodia or false feet, captured the food, and the food get inside the body. So that's why it is endocytosis. Okay, and food get digested in the food vacuole. So this is the process of the amoeba food capture, that is called endocytosis. Cell wall. So plant cell, you know that plasma membrane, and which components helps to make the cell wall? That is mostly cellulose. Lignin, pectin also present, but the cell wall is mostly made up of cellulose. So the plant cell, in addition to plasma membrane, have another rigid out covering called cell wall. The cell wall lies outside the plasma membrane. The cell wall mainly composed of cellulose. Cellulose is a complex substances and provides structural strength to the plant. Okay. So what is the functions of the cellulose? Cellulose helps to provide the strength to the plant. You know that cell wall is rigid, so that's why in the any type of environmental condition the plant cell never burst. So you know, and you have already learned that why the plant cells needs only the cell wall. Why don't we? Because we can move from one place to another place, but plant cannot move. Okay, so that's why they can withstand against the any type of environmental condition. They must need a tough covering. If there is hypertonic and hypotonic solution will be present, so the plant cells get the water get inside the plant cell swell part and will be burst. So that's why the prevent from the bursting, the plant cell contain a cell wall that helps them to prevent from the bursting. Okay, so that's why plant cell need the cell wall but not the human cell. Next one, when the living plant cell lose water through the osmosis, there is a shrinkage and contraction of the content cell away from the cell wall. The phenomenon is known as plasmolysis. So what is plasmolysis? What is plasmolysis? That is the process of the water that comes out from the cell and the cell will shrink, and that that process is called plasmolysis. Where do we infer the activity appears the cell, not dead cells above the absorb water by osmosis. Cell wall permits the cells of the plants, fungi and bacteria. So cell wall present plants and some microscopic primitive animals, that is fungi, that is bacteria. Okay, with to withstand with very dilute external media without bursting. In such media, cells tend to take up water by the osmosis. The cell swells, building up pressure against the cell wall. The cell wall exert the equal pressure to the against the swollen cell because of their walls. Such cell can withstand much greater change in the surrounding medium than the animal cell. So this is the cause I have already told that the cell wall present because the cell may be swell up by the water that get inside into the plant cell. So that's why that may be burst. So they need a cell wall to prevent them from the bursting. Okay. So this is up to for the today. Thank you very much everyone. Stay safe and thank you. Bye everyone.